starting with a lender to qualify for your home to all the way to settlement day. Everybody, welcome to our first time home buyers workshop. We're here at Deal Library and we're super excited to present an amazing panel to you. We have Dan Tinnen from First Home Mortgage, we have Robin Torrance from ATG Title, and we have Joel Bigney from Net Home Inspections. And of course you have me, and we have Kerry Foley from Keller Williams. The way that the day is gonna go, we're just gonna kind of talk about what's most important and which steps you need to go through first. So before you start shopping, you need to know your buying power, right? That would be the most important thing, because if you started looking for a home that was $500,000 and found out that you were only able to qualify for $400,000, can you imagine how disappointed you would be? So that's why we're gonna have you talk to Dan first to find out more about what it is that you need to give him so he can get you qualified and get you started, and then we can go shopping. I would love for you to meet Dan Tinnen. He is with First Home Mortgage, and he's gonna talk to you about getting qualified and a little bit about the process so that you understand a little bit better.
I'm a mortgage loan officer. I'm going to be working with you to get your financing approved, also find out what you're qualified for. And there's really two different stages that will really connect with each other, is upfront and then once you're under contract on your property. When we first initially speak with each other, we're really going to have a planning session to find out what you qualify for and really explore what you're comfortable with as well. So we're going to take about 10 to 15 minutes and gather some basic information for you, where you work, who you are, where you've lived the past 2 years, and really just bounce ideas and identify financing programs that work well for you, like down payment assistance, or even down here in Deal, there's 100% financing available through the USDA program. So we're really exploring at this point. From there, once we've worked out your budget, we're gonna let Theresa know that you're qualified. This is the potential price point that you want to be in, the payment that you want to be in. Really have that plan in place so that when you're out shopping, you're only focusing on shopping. Once you've found the property or a property that you love, we're going to revisit those numbers based off of that specific property before you write an offer on it. So we're going to send you a comprehensive financing estimate for that property, how much cash is involved, what your monthly payment looks like, and really take it from a step-by-step basis. We're going to take that information and have Theresa use that information in formulating an offer for you. And I'll submit a pre-approval letter with your offer that says that you're qualified to purchase the home. Fast forward, let's say that your offer is accepted, and this is going to be the second period of when we are communicating, is we're going to start working on getting your loan approved. From there, there's a couple items that are going to happen in the background as well. So we're going to order the appraisal. And the appraisal is separate than a home inspection. The appraisal is something that we as a lender use to verify the value of the home that you're purchasing, along with ensuring that there's no major defects with the property as well. So any structural issues, sanitary issues, things of that nature. In that processing timeline of your loan, we're going to be getting updated documentation from you, like your pay stubs or your W-2s, a bank statement from you. And really the process can take anywhere from 2 to 3 business weeks, and it's pretty quick and easy because we've done a lot of our legwork up front. A couple things that you shouldn't do while you're under application or under contract on a property is make any large financial purchases, like a vehicle, or you've picked out furniture for your home. You know, we would prefer that you not purchase those while under application because it could affect the qualifying and the approval of your mortgage. Another big important thing is don't quit your job. With any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My information will be below, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Step number 2, hire a real estate agent. And the reason you want to hire a real estate agent, especially being the buyer, is that in Maryland, we all represent the seller until you, the buyer, hires us to represent you. When I say represent you, we are going to show you properties, search for properties, we are going to write your contracts, negotiate, do all those things, and fight for you to help you get the best deal that you can on the home that you dream to live in. I'm just going to tell you to ask them some questions. So before you hire that agent, ask them if they're working full-time or part-time. What deals did they recently have, and what did they help them acquire for their buyer? Just kind of find out what they're about so that you feel comfortable and confident knowing that that agent is going to represent you well. One of the most important things that you want your agent to do with you is to show you what a contract looks like so that when you are prepared to write your offer, you understand what each of those sections means and the implications legally and monetarily, what they mean for you. So make sure they do that with you. I mean, that's so important. You need to be educated. Make sure your agent does that for you. If you have any questions, give us a call. We're happy here to help you.
Things you want to make sure you talk to your agent about when you first begin this process is your wish list. The things that you absolutely have to have in your house that are a deal breaker. And then also ones where you would like to have, but it's not 100% necessary. And the agent will give you a list of different homes that might match particular styles of house. It's something you need to look at. Different neighborhoods, different amenities. You also want to think about the distance that this house is to where you might work. You might want a 10-minute commute or a half-hour commute, depending. So the agent will give you a list of a bunch of homes to take a look at and to really, and leave your agent notes to help her or him get an idea to narrow down your search. So when you actually do go out into these neighborhoods, you can really pinpoint the different homes that will work best for you.
Driving through a neighborhood that you absolutely love, and in the front yard of this house you see, for sale by owner. Jot down the number, text it to your agent, and have them call that seller so that they can get it into motion for you, so you can get in to see that house represented. You definitely want that agent to go into the house with you and negotiate your offer with that seller. Don't go in there by yourself. I'm telling you, you need us.
She's going to talk to you about what the title company does in the process of buying your first home.
Hello everybody, my name is Robin Torrance. I'm with ATG Title. I work out of the Annapolis office. So once you go under contract, you're going to send us the earnest money deposit. It can be a check at that particular point or a wire. Just contact our office and we'll provide wiring instructions. You send us the earnest money deposit and we hold that during the process while you're working on your loan, and we start the title process. We order title, we go 60 years back on a purchase. That way we can determine if there's any defects in the title, problems that we need to clean up, open liens. We can't see everything, so that's the importance of owner's title insurance. A lot of times people are trying to cut costs, and that thing is, owner's is optional, and they'll cut that. But we have seen so many instances where there's a fraudulent deed or there's been a forgery. I've had that happen to me myself, or just typos, typographical errors in legal descriptions conveying property that should not be conveyed. We determine all that as much as we can, but there are things we cannot see, and that's why you purchase owner's title insurance. So when you're getting closer to settlement, your figures are all in from your lender, we will contact you and give you the amount that you need to wire. It's very important that you wire preferably the day before. And it's also very important that you call and verify the wiring instructions that we have provided you, just for that extra protection. With the wire fraud that's going on these days, numbers get changed. Emails, we do not email wiring instructions. We will text them to you or we will give them verbally to you over the phone. But it's very, very important that those are verified.
Folks, I would love for you to meet Joel Gibney, who's with Net Home Inspections, and he's going to give you the skinny on all different kinds of inspections and then talk about his area of expertise. So take it away.
Thank you. Joel Gibney with Net Home Inspections, and as a new home buyer, I'm sure you're wondering a million things. Home inspectors, our main job is structure and safety. Inspections that you see most often would be radon in the, in Maryland area. Septic, of course, if you have a septic tank, you want to get that inspected. The well, you have a well flow inspection from the well company that they often also do septic, and well water quality. So the most important ones: home inspection, radon inspection. You want to pay attention to septic inspection, mold, and water. And so you can also have pool inspection if you have a pool. You can have an independent roof inspection. There's all kinds. So what we do as a home inspectors is concentrate on that structure and safety. Also, the auxiliary things that we do at NET are radon, mold, and water quality. As far as the home inspection, when I meet you at the house, a lot of times I'll be on the roof when you pull up, because we want to get things out of the way that you're not going to come up on the roof with me. But a lot of home inspectors will allow you just to come with us, and I encourage it. You learn a lot more about your house that way, and it kind of makes the whole inspection fun. It takes a few hours, so why not learn a little bit and have some fun? The initial inspection, you walk up to the house and it's the exterior inspection. So you're paying attention to the grading. Water, when you buy a house, is not your friend. You know, water causes 90% of the problems in a house. And so that grading's super important to keep the water away from the foundation. And then of course you just walk around and you're just looking, we are looking for anything going on wrong with the place. Once we get inside, every inspector will have their own routine. Our routine is start in the kitchen, and we get that done, and then we hit the thermostat and find the big appliances, usually in a basement or a utility area, and we'll check out the HVAC system, water heater, water main, and the electric panel. And then after that's all done, if it's in the basement, we'll finish the basement, go right up to the attic, and the attic will tell you a lot about the roof too. So once I'm up on the roof and you're looking at all this stuff, say I see a spongy spot or I'm walking around, something like that, I'm going to remember that, and that's where I'm going to go to when I first get up in the attic, you know, to see what's going on with the rafters and with the sheeting, with the plywood that is the roof. So that helps us diagnose any kind of issues with the roof. And after that, you know, it goes a little quicker. You're in every room, windows, in the bathrooms, checking out all the plumbing. So that's basically it in a nutshell. So an inspection on, for instance, 2,500 square foot house. That would probably take about 2 hours. If it's an older house, it'll take longer. Once we wrap up and say goodbye for the day, you'll get the report usually the next morning. And if you need it that day, we can get it to you that day. But our typical timing is the next morning. We like to write it up at night, give it a quick look in the morning with a fresh head, and send it out then. Thank you very much.
There are so many kinds of inspections that you could have on your house: mold, radon, structural, all those kinds of things. But you want to talk to your inspector as he's going through the home so that he can point out things to you that may be obvious to him and not to you. So in that way, when you buy your home, you buy it with confidence, knowing it's a safe home for you. All right, so now we have our home inspection report and we have all the results. You, the buyer, and I are going to go through that together, and we're going to itemize and prioritize what things we want the seller to fix or repair for you. They're not going to paint rooms and plant shrubs, but they will repair things, or hopefully we will get them to repair things, or at least give you money off your sale price, or give you money towards your closing costs for settlement day. So the things that we would negotiate for would be perhaps a new roof. Just did that recently for a client of mine. Or maybe to have the HVAC serviced and repaired. There's just a myriad of different things that we go back into the ring and we negotiate again with the seller to help you get what you need to have so that you are comfortable when you buy the house. And then the last step is you hear those words, clear to close, and you get so excited because that means that everything's done on the back end with the lender, your loan's been approved and everything's ready to go, and now it's time for settlement day. So the day before we go to settlement, or that morning before we go to settlement, we will be walking into the house and do what we call a walkthrough. And that day we will make sure that all the repairs that we asked for the seller to complete are done, and we will make sure that everything is looking and operating properly the way it was when we put the offer in on the house and the last time that we had been at the house. So that is how we get from starting with a lender to qualify for your home to all the way to settlement day. So thank you for being part of our workshop. We really appreciate you all being here, and I hope you learned a lot. Talk to you soon.